I have 3 full-time in-house thumbnail designers, like full-time. And, we're doing rehashes every single day, which is why our content keeps, performing incredibly well, because we're constantly going back, rehashing titles, thumbnails, all this stuff. And that makes sense for me with the size of my businesses.
Iman Gadzhi just revealed something about his YouTube success that most creators completely miss. He has 3 full-time thumbnail designers, not part-time, not freelancers, but full-time. Their only job is literally to change thumbnails, titles, and I'm assuming the hashtags as well. And they're not making thumbnails just once. They're continuously changing it every single day to maximize performance. And this is the complete difference between videos that just get buried and videos that perform super well, get continuously seen, and get millions of views. In this video, I'm breaking down Iman Gadzhi's complete thumbnail strategy that he casually dropped in a podcast, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So most creators get wrong about thumbnails and titles is that most creators think of thumbnails as just the final step in your content process. Sometimes they quickly throw something together after spending hours on the actual video. They create one thumbnail, upload it, and they never look at it ever again. And well, that's completely wrong thing to do. If I delete this, you can see this is completely backwards. Like the thumbnail is what gets people to click in the first place. You can have the best video in the world. If no one clicks it, well, it's essentially invisible. And Iman understands this at a fundamental level, which is why he invests in the area so heavily. And so we're going to continue with this. I'm going to go through each step of the process here. So we can see first, he has a full dedicated team and it's full time, right? He has 3 thumbnail designers, which I'm assuming they handle the titles as well. He said this in a recent podcast, and as well as I'm assuming they do the SEO, which is like the hashtags as well to help him rank on YouTube. So I'm just going to add plus SEO. I'm on a laptop, so it might look a little bit weird. Don't judge my drawing skills. So I did some research. He has a total of 446 videos. And so I split that amongst all the 3 dedicated team members. And that's going to be 148 titles, 148 thumbnails. And well, they have to do all the hashtags as well on all those 148 videos, which is a lot of work for this one team right here, which is why I'm assuming that they're full-time. I'm assuming they spend a lot of the time on the thumbnail because that's what gets them to click. The title is going to be how you're going to solve a specific problem that their audience has. That's going to take a lot of market research, which we're going to talk about in the video. And then when it comes to hashtags, well, that just has to be relevant and, according to what their target audience is actually searching for. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more too. So number 2, daily rehashing. So there's 2 ways you can do this when it comes to titles and thumbnails. This is what I use for my agency as well. We're going to talk about only 2 ways. And then if you want the 3rd way and the 4th way and the 5th way, there's a lot of ways. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I talk about this a lot in my videos. And if you want to work with my agency, you can click the link below. But way number 1 is going to be pretty much using outlier videos, using the outlier method. And we're going to talk about this right now. So this way number 1, if I head over to YouTube, you can see there's a bunch of videos on your screen, right, on your homepage. But what you do see is like these little outlier scores. You can see this has 2.8. You can see this has 100x. Now, what you want to do is scroll on your YouTube channel, scroll on your YouTube page, and you're going to want to download the actual extension called vidIQ. If I click this up here, you can see vidIQ Vision for YouTube. Literally, you can just go to search bar, search up vidIQ, enter, and then you can just like download this. It's like a quick Chrome extension. So what you want to do is get that, then you're going to see the outlier scores. The higher the score, the better the video actually performed on your channel. So this one has 100x, meaning it's freaking like going crazy compared to his actual videos. If I click on his page here, you can see he only has 19,000 subscribers, which is so low compared to this video view, like 2.1 million views. So what you want to do pretty much is look for these videos that are doing really good, which has been his past, pretty much his whole channel is doing pretty good. What you can do is just take one of these videos, probably this one, and you want to revamp it, redo it for your page. So let's say the buy now, pay later trap explained. You can do something like and then something about your niche, and then trap explained, something like that. What I would do, because I post about YouTube, would be the YouTube SEO trap explained, or YouTube something trap, right? Something that a lot of people are doing, which I see, and that's completely wrong that they're doing. And I can just call that out, right? So what you want to do pretty much is take the thumbnail. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You want to take the thumbnail concept and you want to change it up for your niche. So what I can do is put a YouTube logo and put some cool text. And I could just change up the title as well. So that's something you can do. That's one way you can go about it. If I go back to my board over here, you can see way number 2. That's going to be pretty much being the consumer and having no text. So when I say be the consumer, I mean pretty much thinking of making your title as something that your actual ICP would search up, your ideal customer profile. Because if you know YouTube, a lot of people don't search up things professionally like how the title is. Like if I go back to this channel, no one's searching up the buy now, pay later trap explained. No one's searching that up. But what people are searching up is buy now, pay later, is it good? Buy now, pay later, is it a bad idea? They're looking up things like this. So what you could do is, if I go back here, make the title similar to you being the consumer. What would the consumer type in? And you could just make that your title. Literally, I've seen people do this and it works all the time. And then no text for the thumbnail, because the title is already gonna pretty much answer their question, because the title is the same thing that they're typing in, if that makes sense. So if I scroll down, what you want to keep track of is the click-through rate, which is a CTR, the views from impressions to VFI, as well as the watch time from impressions to WTFI. And you can see this by just going over to YouTube Studio. Let me zoom out over here, click up here, click on YouTube Studio, and we're going to go see it really quickly, just so you guys can take a look. Click on content. We can, for example, look at this one. This was a case study for a SaaS company. We can click on, I believe it's engagement, it's reach. And then we can scroll down and you can see impressions and how they led that time. So you can see the click-through rate on this video is 7.5%, which means pretty much like 7.5% of impressions actually clicked the video. And then you can see views from impressions, which is good too. We want to know how many views actually came from the people that saw the video in the thumbnail and the title. And then we can see the watch time from impressions, WTFI, which is going to be pretty much telling you if the people who came from the impressions are qualified or if they were interested in the video, pretty much. Maybe not qualified, but I'm assuming if they watched the whole video, then they're interested and they might be qualified. That's a higher chance, of course. And when it comes to hashtags, there's two types. There's short tail keywords, which are basically short keywords, and there's long tail keywords. So what I usually like to do is use a lot of long tail keywords, which is pretty much specific hashtags that your ideal customer profile would search up. So similar to the one that we looked at right here, we can see be the consumer. You want to be a consumer with the hashtags as well when it comes to long tail keywords. So for example, I put here as a hashtag how to get SaaS customers with YouTube, because that's what my ICP would search up. That's what a SaaS founder would search up, right? But when it comes to short tail keywords, what you want to do is just use keywords similar to what they're searching up. So instead of how to get SaaS customers with YouTube, I can, type in something like YouTube lead generation through YouTube, things like this. Or maybe YouTube sales funnel. That's a short tail one as well, right? No one's searching YouTube sales funnel. People are probably searching up how to make a YouTube sales funnel. That would be a long tail one, right? So that's pretty much hashtags explained. Then number 3, pretty much treating thumbnails as an experiment. So this is how Iman Gadzhi sees it. I put some emojis here. Iman Gadzhi sees thumbnails as a science experiment. He's treating them as growth assets that determine video performance. And well, this is not a bad thing whatsoever, because, eventually a video is going to get to that point where it's flat pretty much. There's not really that many impressions, not that many clicks anymore. It's just going to get to a flat point. But if you change the title, if you change the thumbnail, if you change the hashtags, it's going to appeal to a different audience. More people are going to see it. And if you ever seen new uploads from actual YouTubers, if I go to, let me head over to youtube.com. If I go to Mr. Beast's YouTube channel, you can see that each video that he uploads right now, they all had a different title from when they were uploaded the first time. For example, this video, let's see, this video right here, I guarantee you the thumbnail is different from when he first uploaded it. And this happens all the time. YouTubers do this all the time, because if they upload it with one image and you see that, you click it, you watch the whole thing. Let's say they change the thumbnail again, you're going to click it again because it's going to be like, I think that's a different video. So it's like a psychological thing, and you might actually watch the whole thing again without understanding or without remembering that you already watched it before, which is going to raise the watch time even more if you skip the video, some parts of it, if that makes sense. So it's a really psychological thing, and it's really smart, which is why Iman treats it as a science experiment. Now, when it comes to the ROI of great thumbnails, you can see that, 2+ clicks instead of 1. Like I just explained, if someone already watched the video, but you change the thumbnail, you change the title, you change the hashtags, they might just watch it again. They're going to forget that they actually watched it already. Higher watch time, of course, they're going to watch the whole thing again because they're going to forget. Better performing video, YouTube's going to see it as, okay, this video is actually doing good, and they're going to keep pushing it out to more people. This is how it goes, and it's going to create this snowball effect, which is pretty much the YouTube video coming out. It does decent. You change the title and thumbnail. Okay, it's doing better. Okay, and then it's going to be, pushed out to a lot more people, and it's going to be getting a lot more views, a lot more impressions, a lot more watch time, appealing to even a new audience, things like this. So the snowball effect is real when it comes to YouTube. Now, if I scroll down here, when it comes to number 5, should I apply this? Well, if you have a budget, and you have a decent sized or larger audience, 30 to 50K plus subs is what I'm talking about. Not, 10K, not 5K subs, 30K subs plus, 30 to 50K plus subs, because you need to have a big testing batch to do this with. Well, it's 100% a good decision for you because you already have a good audience. You already have, you're probably getting a couple thousand views each video. You can definitely test out some things if you want to here. But let's say you don't have the budget. Let's say you have a smaller audience. Let's say you have like 3K, 5K, 2K subscribers. Well, you probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't be testing this out. You probably shouldn't waste the money unless you have the budget and you just want to test out anyway. But this is what we do for all of my YouTube clients as well. We test it out for them because obviously they're paying us so we can help them scale with YouTube. We're going to do everything we can to help them, get that ROI and scale with YouTube. But if you want to just take the safe option, what you can do is just have your thumbnail designer A/B test thumbnails for you. They'll most likely do it for free, or they'll charge you a little bit more. They'll probably charge you for another thumbnail, worst case scenario. But you can just A/B test it if you want to take the safe option. You can do some market research so you can actually learn what's trending, learn what's doing good in the market, so you can just change up the title, the hashtags for all your previous videos, maybe not daily, maybe like once or twice every single week just to test it out. Or you can just simply ignore it until you meet the criteria of at least 30K subscribers, because at this point you should be getting pretty decent views. But if you're already like, if I go back to this guy over here, unless you're like this guy who has like 18K subscribers but gets 2.1 million views on the video, well, you can start A/B testing right there. Honestly, he should be A/B testing this video right here. Maybe not right now. Maybe you should wait until the line's a little bit more flat. That's what we do for all my clients. We wait until the line's a little bit more flat, then we could change it up and see if it goes up from there. And it won't go down because, YouTube doesn't work that way. So what you can do is wait until the lines go flat, wait until the impressions are a little stale. Then you could change it up and then, just get that upward trend from there. So now you know why thumbnails aren't just images, titles aren't just words, and hashtags, well, they're really important to help you rank on YouTube. But let's be honest, you don't want to just, make new thumbnails every single day. You don't want to change your title, change all the hashtags to all your previous videos. That's just too much work for you. That's going to take up so much time. So if you want to work with me in my YouTube content agency, we do this for all of my current clients. You can click the first link in the description to book a free call with me. I'll personally analyze your entire content system, see what exactly needs to change for you to start seeing results from YouTube, and we're going to help you scale your business with YouTube. We handle all the ideation, scripting, editing, thumbnails, SEO, and posting. So if that interests you, click the link below, and I hope to see you on a call. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you enjoyed this video a lot more.